She's alive! Can't get over how cool it looks. Alright then, welcome to the first update, the first conversion update. Let me run you through. Before I do anything, I want just to make sure that these videos are going to be like all about converting, from what I've learned or learning about converting a bus. Because man, all the videos online at the moment, the few videos that are online about converting vehicles have been so helpful to me. So I'm going to do an update every couple of weeks. I'll do an update of my progress and letting you know just what I've learned and how I think you should do things. So yeah, it's going to be very very building-y, if you know what I mean, about materials and structure but all very important things, I think, anyway. So this is currently where we are. So basically, I've taken all the walls down, all the carpet off the walls. I've taken all the perspex and all this horrible white wood off the ceiling. So now it's completely clear the whole way through. This is, funny enough, this is all see-through fiberglass, well, sort of see-through, but and we wanted to originally keep this whole roof light. We thought, when we saw it in the beginning, we were like, wow, we've got to keep that whole roof light, but we couldn't have done, because we'd have to left the white perspex that came here, and then it would have just been the see-through fiberglass, and the heat would have just gone straight out the top. So we had to get rid of them. Instead, we're going to seal off all this part, and we're just going to keep these 3 skylights, which, to be honest, the 3 skylights will be way enough. Because we'll have one in the kitchen here, we'll have one in basically what will be the corridor, because there'll be a toilet and a cupboard there, and then we'll have one in the bedroom. So yeah, we've got plenty there, more so than I thought I was going to have. So basically what we're up to now, first things first, was basically gut the thing, which I've done, but the most important thing next was windows, because I can't really start insulating and putting insulation around the windows and doing any of that until the windows are in. So windows are really tricky because at the moment they're single pane, they're rubbish old. I mean, the heat just, there's gaps through there, so the heat will just run out of there. And as I said, it's single pane. I think they're tempered. They've got to be tempered to be able to be roadworthy. So the only thing, and they do these camper van windows now, like sort of caravan windows that are double glazed, which are great, really lightweight. But you physically can't get the bespoke made, and you can barely buy them, so that's a no. So my only other option was to get literal house windows made up. So you can sort of dodge things like get them aluminium so they're lightweight and they look cool, double glazing, tempered glass. So that's basically what I've got to do. But they're quite expensive. I think I've done some quotes and well, I've sent off some quotes. I haven't got any back yet, but I've sent off 6 quotes, which is basically. This is the kitchen area, which is going to be one window up here for the kitchen. There's going to be a little thin window here for the bathroom. And then I quoted for these 4 at the back, which would have been, because the bed would have been up to here, I said I wanted a single pane at the bottom, tinted single pane, and then this window here would open outwards, so it would all go like that. So I originally did a quote for 6, but then on doing that, I thought, bloody hell, it's going to be about £1,000, I think, for those 6 windows. So I haven't got the quotes back yet, but when I do, I think we might sack off these 2, sack off that one, and just have the back wall with the windows. We're just going to literally leave these in, paint them black, and then just insulate right over them. And then, because if you think about it, in the bedroom here, this is going to be like its own little box bedroom. And we've got 2 at the back and this roof light, and they're massive at the back, so there's no really need to have 4. So I think when the quote comes back, I'll sack 2 of them off and just have 4. So hopefully be a bit cheaper there, maybe £700-800. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So that's a kick. That's a sharp hit, but we can't get around that. You can get around using all these recycled materials everywhere else, but on the windows, it's really hard to, because you know you can buy second-hand double glazed windows, but then they're not going to be tempered glass. So then you've got to take the glass out and get new glass. By the time you've got that fitted and bought, you might as well just buy new windows. So that's where I'm at the moment. Windows is priority. Can't really get on without the windows. Okay, so I took all the carpet off. This is the glue that was holding the carpet. This is about 20mm, I think it's just 20mm ply with this white paint over it, then this glue that was holding the carpet on. Took the floor up. The floor's pretty good. I mean, there's a few wet patches from where the oil and everything and this huge lift had been. So basically, and I'm waiting for the electrician, Joe, waiting for the electrician to come in and sort all this. This is the original electrics. It's all running. I mean, they're running everywhere. There's wires hanging everywhere. There's all this air compression unit on the door I need to get rid of. And it's just stuff, I'm good with everything pretty much, but wiring, oh man, it just, I just don't understand it. So I'm going to get a boy in for that, hopefully, if he comes anytime. So at the moment I'm just going to work around it as best as I can. Okay, so you're probably wondering what these are. This is just what made sense in my head. I don't know, people might be watching this video being like, why would you do it like that when you could do it like this? But it's just me doing this, so I'm just going to do it my way, and it makes sense in my head. So basically what these are is, in a camper van, it's very important to have, you might not think it, but it's very important to have, you've got to have ventilation. If you don't have ventilation, like in a normal house, things start sweating, and things start sweating, condensation makes, and condensation comes, and damp comes. It's a nightmare, and especially in these sort of, you look on, hence all these YouTube videos that I've watched, there's people who convert in buses. There's no ventilation whatsoever and everything just gets wet. The walls are wet from just breathing at night. You wake up, like in tents, you wake up and there's condensation all over the roof and it's just wet everywhere. So you need circulation. So luckily I've got the 3 windows on the top, but it's sometimes when you sandwich insulation up against the side, it will sweat in between the two. So if I just put insulation straight up against this side, it's going to sweat, the sun's going to hit it, it's going to sweat in the middle. There needs to be an air gap, right? So, stay with me. So, oh yeah, another thing is, one thing that people complain about in these old, in these motorhomes, or any sort of caravan or motorhome living, is that it's so cold in the winter. And if anyone knows me, anything below 20 degrees is freezing as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going a bit above and beyond with insulation wise. Most people might use a little bit of this thermal wrap stuff. It's like 5mm stuff, whack it on the side. Smaller projects you probably would because you haven't got enough space, and that would be good. But I've got a lot of space to do with this, so I thought, right, let's do this properly. So I'm going to use this stuff, which is 40mm Celotex, right? It's extremely lightweight, its U value is pretty damn good. It's fairly expensive, I suppose. I mean, for a whole sheet of this, an 8x4 sheet, you're looking at about 20-30 quid, depending on the size. But it's really good stuff, and it's so lightweight. And if any of you have ever worked with this, you'll know we've just finished a job and we've been doing celotexing at work for about 3 weeks now. It is horrendous. This stuff should be banned. It should be illegal. If MDF is illegal, this should be illegal. It's basically glass fibres, and you saw it and it all flakes out, goes in the day. It's horrendous stuff, but really good insulating wise. So basically what's going to happen here is this insulation, so we'll put these on the wall like this, right? And this insulation is basically now just going to sit. This will be a full sheet. We'll basically sit up against these slats or lavs, whatever you want to call them, right? So yeah, this will be a full sheet like this. Okay, this will sit like that. Okay, and now let me show you. Get the camera. So now, as you see, it sits against the wall like this, right? So this is how it's going to sit. So you've got it's all up against the lab, but then you've got these little gaps here, right? And then you've got another one at the top, and there'll be another lab. I haven't put it up here yet, but there'll be one here, and then there'll be another little gap. So basically what that is, as I say, this was just my idea again. So this little aluminium panel, little event, will go on the outside there, right? Think about it there, okay? So then when this is up here like this, right? If you look down it, you can see in between the lavs there, there's gaps, and there's gaps going through here. Right, and then you get the panel, you put that there, and so essentially the air comes in, and it can work its way all around, see what I mean, like all around, in and about. Because if you put straight slats, it will probably just, if you put the panel there, this one panel would be ventilated, but the rest wouldn't. So I've done that. So you see what I've done there? All the way around, right? So you put 4 sheets in, and then the ventilation. And so basically, what it'll be like, it'll essentially be like a cocoon. So there's 40mm going on the floor, 40mm on the walls, and I'll explain the ceiling in a minute. But it'll be like a real tight cocoon. So it'll be like an outside shell, and then, yeah, like an outside shell, and then the air can go in between it all, and then like a Celotex cocoon in the middle. So 40mm, you show me another caravan or motorhome that's got 40mm Celotex cocooned around him. It is gonna be toasty in here. I don't wanna hear anything about horrible living in the winter. It's gonna be a pleasure living in here in the winter. Okay, now for the ceiling. This made my brain itch for weeks. It was horrible. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So basically I've come to this conclusion. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, this is all original up here. I've bought some of this 38 by 63 CLS. It's lightweight, it's cheap, about £2 a 2.4. So it cost me 20 quid for, 20 quid for 10. So I'm really happy with that. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push it to hit this. This is an aluminium tube track, and it's really strong, and it runs the whole way through, and it's level. So if I push that to there, right, and I push this one to here, and I'm basically just going to put a fixing straight through the wood into there, okay? And then that is going to run the whole way, every 400. I'm going to have one here, one here, one here, one here, okay? And then, same with the Celotex, and I'm going to get the Celotex, whoop, and then I'm going to place the Celotex in between, right, you see that? In between the, in between each, so we call them joist or rafter in this sort of project. Oh, it's all falling down. Yeah, so basically that's going to be it. So it's going to be 400, 400, 400, 400, and then Celotex all the way in between, okay? And then obviously cutting out for these and keeping the lights in. So that's the best thing, that was the best solution for that. I did want to save a lot of the head height, because, I thought about Celotexing in between the gaps here, but for me, the less you cut Celotex, the more, the better the value is, for insulating. So less cutting. This is why I want to put whole sheets up here. I don't want any gaps in the insulation. I want it to be, as closed and as possible. So that's the ceiling. Then I come down here, and then there was a cab area, and this is a turny seat, swivel seat, captain seat, whatever you want to call it. And we originally, as soon as we got here, we were like, wow, that's going to be so good. We can turn it round, we can have a little dinette, and we can eat our dinner there. And I was like, brilliant, that's going to be great. But then I started realising that if I spend this much effort insulating this, and I said there's 40mm going on the floor as well, so 40, as I say, 40mm. If I spend this long putting double glazing in, putting 40mm everywhere, and it can be snug as a bug, and then I come this end, and all these windows are single glazing, and all this up here is not insulated, none of this is insulated, then if I have this end open, with this, all the heat's just going to go out of here. And it is impossible to insulate all these door cards, and it's just such a huge job. And it's such a huge job just so I can have a seat swivel round. It's like didn't seem worth it. So now we're going to put a stud wall, basically where that line of carpet is, there's just going to be a wall, boom, stud wall coming here. And I'm going to make a tiny little door, like a little hobbit door, in the middle. So it'll all be insulated, and obviously there'll be 40mm and Celotex all over this door. Tiny little door, you just sort of come through and then come out here, just for driving, okay? And then that way, we can extend our kitchen will come round, we can extend it here, and I thought we're going to have a big fridge here. And I thought, oh great, we can even have some bar stools here, so we can eat off the, it'd be really nice, so we really open this. Yeah, so we've got Celotex all coming around there, double glazing there, we've got Celotexing in the roof, right, that comes around here. So we've got stud wall here, that sorts that bit. And then this area, man, this area has been a bit of a fiddle. Sorry if I'm babbling on, but I've been thinking about this for weeks. I'm going to try and get it out as quick as possible without just gibbering on. So this door, really nice, and it looks great from the outside, and we love it so much. When it closes, the only problem is I couldn't figure out, and these are all so confusing, it's green is shut, yeah, right? So when it closes, it's brilliant, we're like, yeah, best door ever. How cool's that? But I couldn't figure out how to get a good seal on it. So you see now, look, there's a massive gap here. I can get my fingers out there. The breeze coming through there is crazy, and down the bottom, and like the other side as well. And then I thought, well, I could just build stud work around here and basically just have a door here and just close that in, which I still could do maybe. But I don't know, so I'm a bit confused about that door. All I know is I've got to take this door off. I don't want any of this air pressure, because if this goes wrong, there's no need for it. I don't need that fancy, I'm not doing this to look cool. I don't need that fancy, I'll just pull it. Saves this, if this breaks, it'll be a nightmare. So I'm just going to get rid of all this and pull it. But the only thing is, it's air suspension, and this is air, so I've got to find, I've got to like follow this and cap the air somewhere, which I don't even know. Air suspension, the first time I've heard of it, basically, like, it's crazy. And then all this, I've got to figure all that out. I don't even know what to do with that. But today, oh God. Kick it a little bit. Yeah, but today, my job is to take out the lift. I've got to get this lift out, because this is about 2 ton worth of lift. So I'm going to take the whole lift out. Look, this thing is crazy. Let me see if I can show you. Oh no, I can't move it now. Oh, I can't move it now because its battery's not hooked up. But yeah, basically going to take out all this, and then I don't know whether, originally I wanted to put a real front door in there, but now I'm thinking about putting some sides on it and putting a little motorhome door in there, lightweight. And I might, oh, this is all so confusing, I might bring here and have some steps, and I don't know. That's this is the big question at the moment, is about that doorway, but we'll leave that so for the moment. So the outside's pretty legit. There's a few rust spots down the bottom of that, but that'll be next year, next summer. I'll attack the outside. I'll probably do the whole lot next summer. Just got to get in it first. So this is the side. This is going to be, so the bedroom's coming here, and then we're going to have a shower, a toilet, and the kitchen's going to be here. So I need space for water tanks. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. This is a diesel heater in here. So this is a diesel heater, useless, it runs all the way around, it's chunky, it's massive, it's useless, it's just ridiculous. There's no point in having it. I'm just going to have a wood burning stove in there, so rubbish. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is only one little compartment in here, and it's a really nice one actually, the only one that's not rusted. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep the door on, but I'm just going to cut this box out. So basically it's one huge void under there, and then I'm going to hang probably like 2 50-litre tanks underneath. So there'll be one like there and one here, and with the you know, both openings here. So basically you open the door and there's 2 little openings, just all open, like in some diesel trucks. You open the side and there's just a tank there. So basically like that, and that's going to be a fresh water and a grey water tank. So fresh water will run from there through a pump, and that'll pump to my tap. We're not going for a bathroom sink. There's just no point. It's a waste of space when you can just walk 2 meters and wash your hands at the sink. I know people might be like, oh, it's disgusting, but Christ, get over it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to have one grey water tank as well. So when we're parked up in like a car park or something, the water just doesn't piss out everywhere. We've got somewhere to put that. So that's another big job. I've got to get that grinded out, weld 2 tanks on the bottom of there. And then, as I say, next year I'm going to tackle this outside, because this will look beautiful. And we want to get chrome wheels and you know, it's just all rubbish. So I'm just going to, yeah, but that's one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So yeah, basically that's pretty much where we're at the project. So what am I doing? I've got to finish off the slats, got to put the insulation in. First and foremost is the windows. I'm waiting on quotes, and I don't even know if I'll be able to afford it this month, because it's going to be a lot of money, probably about 800 quid, and that's like my monthly, basically my monthly budget to spend on this van a month will just be gone like that. So windows, look at this, the geese, they're a leery bunch. Yeah, taking the lift out, sorting the door out, water tanks. Got to get the water tanks underneath, so it's all looking good. It's all looking promising. There's just so much to do, and I was saying the other day, it's so hard because I've got to spend so much time at work to be able to fund this thing, but I want to be here doing it. So it's like I've got evenings and Sundays. Today's Sunday, so I'm here. So I want to take loads of time off and do it, but I can't because I've got to earn money to pay for the thing. But no, it's all good. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. It's my own project. I do what I want, how I want it. If it's okay with Rosie as well, so you know, in this together. But yeah, should be really good. I'm started collecting all the pallets. I've got loads of pallets, been taking apart pallets, so that's going to be a big thing, because they're free, beautiful, reclaimed wood. A bit like this. People just like, see this, people just throw this away. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. People, you know, that takes a lot for wood to get like that. I like that. Rubbish? No, I'll take that. So this just all makes perfect sense to us. As I say, our options were renting or get a mortgage or live at the parents' house. You know, and where we are at the moment, we could live here once this bus is done. It's £80 rent a month each. I'm sorry, just for the, you know, each vehicle. So £80 a month to live here on a farm in the middle of nowhere. You try and find me where somewhere you can rent for £80. Anyway, so it just makes perfect sense to us. Renting's no point, it's just throwing money away. Mortgages, we'll never be able to afford a mortgage in a million years. So this actually generally made like perfect sense. It sounds wacky and crazy, which it is, and that's why I love it. But it does actually make perfect sense for someone, you know how it is at the moment in the housing market. No one my age can afford a house, it's ridiculous. So this makes perfect sense. And you know, you won't have to spend 5 days a week working to pay the rent or pay the mortgage. You can take a little more free time and just enjoy life, because your rent isn't so high, and you know, it's just, as I say, just makes perfect sense. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I know from experience how little these videos are on YouTube and how incredibly helpful they are when you find a good one. So I'm hoping this is a good one if you're doing something on this scale. But any questions, please comment below, and I'll do as best as I can to help you and direct you in any way. But literally, living the dream! Alright, it's the end of the day and here's my progress. Look! There we go. I got most of a bit of the ceiling done. All the stud work, you see 40mm Celotex is going to sit in between all of these, and then I'll ply over the top. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I like it. Coming along that. And then we got this out as well. Look at this. Massive. This must have weighed about a ton. So what we're going to do now is just going to carry the floor on, have the door there, and just have a big step down. Because man, if we look at that, how much extra. There were going to be stairs coming up there, but now if we just put it straight on, so much more floor space. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, good day. Finish that next time. So I'll do another video in a few weeks' time once I've got the insulation on and this, that and the other. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Hope it inspired you maybe to do the same thing. See you next time.